Hi, welcome back to the Spirit's Path. This is Dee, and today's tarot card of the day from the Wildwood Tarot deck is the Ace of Stones, Foundation of Life. And when I studied this card earlier today, the one figure that always jumps out for me is, let's see, where is it? It's that little circle right there. And when I see that, that reminds me of the maze going into the World Tree. And, that symbol to me is also the maze that we go through on our spiritual journey through the Wildwood Tarot deck. As the Wanderer, starts his trek going through the major arcana, and, it's kind of symbolic of how our journey is. Okay. Once we awaken to what is going on with spirit and with the universe, we start to question, why we're here. Okay. And, we do follow a certain pattern. Okay. And, it's a growth pattern. And that spiritual journey that you're on, whether it's easy or hard, it's all about growing. It's all about understanding, where your spiritual path is leading you, okay, and where spirit wants to guide you, where the universe wants to guide you. And that's kind of what that symbol, to me, stands for, okay? It's got its ups and downs. It goes in and out. And, when I look at that, it's kind of like the maze of life that we go through. There are days where, I'm connected to spirit, and there are days where I'm not connected to spirit. And those days, I normally, when I sit back and analyze them, I figure I had squirrel syndrome. So, I do get off my spiritual journey, my spiritual path, but eventually I come back to the basics. The basics of where I want to be, and the basics of who I want to be, the basics of what I want to be, moving forward. And, looking at those basics always reminds me of this card, the Ace of Stones, the Foundation of Life. Because by going back to a basics, it tells me, okay, that you have to go back to your roots. You have to go back to the basics of what got you to be successful financially, spiritually, emotionally, what brought you to that happiness, that you had. Okay, so by going back to basics, I found out that, I have a strong foundation, okay, in the way I do things, in the way I process things, the way I, develop my relationships, the way I look at my processes at work. Everything that I fall back to is a ritual or a habit that I've developed in the past that keeps me moving forward on my spiritual journey, keeps me moving forward on that path. As a result of that, the times where I do get off my spiritual path, when I'm able to come back quicker because I recognize it. I recognize that I'm off my spiritual path, that, I had a little squirrel syndrome. I let something get to me instead of letting the universe take over, letting the spirit take over. I thought I was bigger than, I thought I could handle it. Okay. Once I realized that, I said, okay, fine, you're right. I meditate on it. I talk to spirit. I said, I understand. Here, it's back at you. It's kind of like that Seven of Vessels, that morning card. I let it go. I try not to grab that balloon as much as possible. And then what happens is, that next card, that Two of Vessels, shows up, and there's attraction. And that brings me back, back to that Stone of Life. Okay, that Ace of Stones, that Foundation of Life. By having that strong foundation in a relationship, at work, in your religion, whatever it is, okay, by having that strong foundation, you can go back and stand on that rock and just say, you know what? This is what got me to where I am. This is my core being. This is who I am and who I want to be going forward. I need to focus more, okay, on that symbol, all right, and rely on universe to continually guide me to where I need to be on my spiritual path. Continue to lay the groundwork, okay, that foundation that is very strong to keep me moving forward. Now, aces in this tarot deck are, and in any tarot deck, are new beginnings. All right, and stones are all about materialism, security, stability. All right, so what this is saying is you need to be strong, okay, and be stable and secure and moving forward. And here's the right opportunity to get back to basics, okay, and look at your finances. Are you overspending in some ways? Are you investing in the right ways? Okay, is there something out there that maybe you're missing? Have you talked to that advisor, that king of stones, about, how your investments are doing? Okay, laying that good foundation, laying that good groundwork, okay, the foundation of life. And understanding that by backing some things off, by becoming more conservative, you're becoming more stable. You're becoming more secure in your materialism, in your wealth, in your relationships, in your family, all those things. All right? Having those conversations with the right people to get an understanding, to talk things out, to get back to basics. All right? This week has been kind of a Kapakahi week where I'm all over the place. I've been traveling a lot this week. And I really haven't focused on doing the things that I normally focus on during the week because I'm behind. All right? And I know going into tomorrow exactly what I have to do. I went back to the basics. I need to take care of this, and this. All right? And then my week's going to be over. All right? It's the same thing with... I'm starting to train for a half marathon, with a couple friends of mine. And I went back to basics. Okay. How far can I run? Okay. I can run this far. I want to try and get, to run 3 miles within a certain point of time. How do I feel when I'm running? I feel good. Okay. Now we're going to start expanding that out a little bit. Just a minute. Maybe another, quarter mile. Okay, expand it out another minute. Get up to a certain amount of time where you start to feel comfortable. What that's doing is that's giving me more foundation of running. It's putting more miles on, and it's building up that stamina, building up that endurance for when I do the half marathon. All right, preparing me for longer runs. What am I doing? I'm building that foundation of life. And you can do that in all aspects. You can do that in your relationships, okay? You can do that, within work processes. You can do that with just, how do I want to wake up in the morning? There's a ritual that we all follow, okay? We get up, we might put our slippers on or whatnot. We might come out and start the coffee, get ready to take a shower and, boom, you're out the door, okay? But once you get into that situation where you miss a step, now you've gotten off that foundation, all right? And you guys all know what I'm talking about. Maybe you're running late one day, you overslept, and you didn't do something, all right? It sticks with you all day. But the next day you come back and you say, you know what? I'm going to go back to basics. Go back to what works, what makes me successful, what keeps me on my spiritual path, what keeps me on my spiritual journey, okay? Talking more with the universe, spending time with loved ones, having time with friends, all right, working out, enjoying the atmosphere. Those are all basics to the life, basics to your life habits, basics to your life patterns, all right. So what do you do to get back into that foundation that you have? When you get that crossroads and you're off kilter, what is it that you focus on? Leave them down in the comments below. I'd be glad to read them. Subscribe to the channel and hit that like button for me. And this is D for the Spirit's Path, and we'll talk to you tomorrow. Have a great day, everybody.